topic this evening is Lent and Easter. There was a survey done not all that long ago, some years ago, and it was, what three things do you most like to hear said to you? Said to you sincerely. A survey showed the three most popular things people like to hear. Anyone want to guess what one of them is? Number one thing was, I love you. The second most appreciated thing to be told sincerely is, you are forgiven. And the third thing is, supper is ready. First off, that sentence, I love you. What is love? What's your understanding of why is love? It's a decision, and it's a decision to step outside of one's own ego boundaries for the sake of another. Supper is ready was the third one. Why is eating together important? It says that we have a common life, we share life together. But what I'm saying here is, I'm convinced that Lent and Easter can be understood in part through those three terms. I love you, you are forgiven, and supper is ready. Keep in mind the movement of readings in Lent and Easter. Remember the first Sunday of Lent, the reading is Jesus going off into the desert. That's in all 3 years. Okay? Being tempted out there. The second reading, again, it's in all 3 years, but from different Gospels. It's Jesus being transfigured on that mountain. Okay? In eyesight of others. The transfiguration. In cycle A, the third Sunday is the woman at the well in John's Gospel. Okay? Samaritan woman, Jesus is talking to her. She's a Samaritan, she's a woman, you ought not be doing that in both accounts. She needs some water. He needs some water. He offers her living water. She thinks that means running water. The word living is the same as running, is how it's used in language. Jesus offers her some super duper water. Water is life. The next Sunday, fourth Sunday of Lent, it's the reading of a man born blind. He slowly comes to see. Okay? He's basically, what do we say? Seeing is believing. He comes to believe, is what we're being told. And the fifth Sunday of Lent is Lazarus being raised from the tomb. We look at Lent, we can see, I love you and you are forgiven. Those words are being spoken to us and to all people, especially to those catechumens. Those words are being said to us all by God. But to understand Lent, to understand we are deeply loved and that we are forgiven. That whatever is in our lives that is broken need not get in the way from a very deep relationship with God, with Jesus Christ. Lent is a time to really take that to heart, to reflect upon that. Remember the word Lent comes from an early English word lengthen, like our word today, lengthen. It was about, it refers to the lengthening of days. And so it's another way of saying spring. The word Lent means springtime. It's not the dead of winter. It's not about death. It's about coming to life. Life, because God is deeply in love with us. If God had an ego, God goes beyond the ego boundaries for each one of us. And through that, we are reconciled. We are forgiven. We can be one with God. We can sit at the table with God. And so, supper is ready, I'm convinced, to be seen at Easter time, where God feeds us sacramentally and with a life of grace. Third Sunday of Easter, it's the road to Emmaus, where Jesus appears to these grieving disciples. He breaks bread, and in the breaking of the bread, they realize that he's been there all along. So what's happened? Eucharist, sacrament of the breaking of the bread. I'm suggesting to you that those three phrases can form as a nice backdrop, or a map, or an understanding to frame Lent and Easter. I love you, you are forgiven, and supper is ready. We are recognizing that it is springtime, okay, time of growth, grow because of God's love that reconciles us, allows us to share life, which is all being enacted here. For Lent and Easter, I love you, you are forgiven. Supper is ready, especially there in the Easter season. Thank you.